No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the government. No one is coming. And that truth, it either breaks you or it frees you. Because once you stop waiting for someone to fix your life, you start realizing it has always been your responsibility. Your pain, your dreams, your habits, your results, they're all yours. And that's terrifying. But it's also power. This moment at right now is the turning point. It's where you stop blaming, stop waiting, and start building. The day you decide to take full control is the day your real life begins. If messages like this wake something inside you, subscribe to The Shifted Self, where we don't wait for change. We become it. You were taught to wait for the right time, to wait for support, to wait for someone to notice your effort and give you a chance. But years go by, and you're still waiting. Waiting for a sign, waiting for a miracle, waiting for permission. And deep down you know no one is coming. The truth is, most people are too busy trying to survive their own chaos to save you from yours. The world doesn't stop because you're tired or lost or hurt. And if you keep expecting someone to pull you out, you'll drown waiting. It's not cruelty. It's reality. You are the only constant in your life. You are the only one who truly knows the depth of your struggle and the vision you carry inside. And that means you are the only one qualified to rebuild yourself. The illusion of help keeps you weak. The belief that someone else has the answers keeps you small. But the moment you realize that the world owes you nothing, you start to rise, because when there's no one left to call, you finally start calling on yourself. And that's when everything changes. Responsibility. It's the word most people run from their entire lives, because it means there's no one else to blame. It means every failure, every missed opportunity, every broken promise when comes back to you, and that truth burns. It strips away your excuses, your comfort, your distractions. It leaves you face to face with yourself, the version of you that could have done more, that knew better, that stayed silent when it should have acted. Responsibility is heavy. It's not a crown of glory. It's a weight on your shoulders. It demands discipline when no one is watching. It demands action when you're exhausted. It demands honesty, especially when lying to yourself feels easier. But here's the paradox. The moment you accept that everything is on you, you stop being powerless. You start to see that the same hands that built your prison can also build your freedom. When you take ownership of your life, something changes in your eyes. You stop looking for shortcuts. You stop begging for understanding. You stop explaining your pain to people who were never meant to understand it. Responsibility transforms pain into fuel. It turns guilt into direction. It turns fear into clarity. Because once you carry your own weight, nothing else feels impossible. So stop running from responsibility. Face it, embrace it, because the weight that crushes the weak is the same weight that forges the strong. Excuses are poison. They sound innocent, logical even, but every excuse is a quiet agreement with weakness. I didn't have time. I wasn't ready. I didn't feel like it. Each one is a brick in the wall that separates who you are from who you could become. The truth is harsh. No one cares about your reasons. The world only sees results. You can explain your pain 1,000 times and it still won't change where you stand. Because excuses don't build progress, and they build prisons. Excuses are comfortable. They protect your ego from the pain of failure. They make you feel like the victim instead of the architect. But that comfort costs you everything. Every time you justify your inaction, you trade a piece of your potential for a moment of relief. You say you want freedom, but you defend the very chains that keep you stuck. You say you want success, but you fight for your limitations as if they were your identity. If you truly want to rise, you have to kill your excuses. All of them. No more stories. No more someday, no more blaming the past. Because until you bury your excuses, your potential will never breathe. The day you stop explaining and start executing, that's the day your life begins to move again. At some point, you realize no one is coming to push you, to remind you, to lift you. And that realization hurts. Because deep down, you've always wanted someone to see your potential, to guide you, to say, you've got this. But life doesn't always send saviors. Sometimes it sends silence. And in that silence, you learn who you really are. Self-reliance isn't arrogance. It's not isolation. It's the understanding that everything you need to rise is already within you. You don't need validation. You don't need approval. You don't even need motivation. You just need to act, consistently, relentlessly, imperfectly. The world tells you to believe in yourself. But belief means nothing without discipline. Self-reliance is forged in the moments when no one is watching, when you wake up and do the work, not because you feel like it, but because it must be done. When you start relying on yourself, something shifts. You stop chasing people who never show up. You stop begging for support from those who don't understand your path. You stop waiting for energy and start creating it, and soon you realize no one is coming, because you were always meant to become the one who comes. You become your own motivation, your own protector, your own teacher. And that's when your power becomes unshakable, because no one can take away what you built on your own. When you stop waiting for help, something awakens inside you, a quiet force that refuses to quit. It's not loud. It doesn't seek attention. It simply endures. That's the birth of the inner warrior. Not the one who fights others, but the one who fights the voice inside that says, give up. The warrior isn't born in comfort. He's forged in the mornings you don't want to wake up, in the nights when you feel invisible, in the silence when no one claps, no one sees, no one cares. That's where strength is built, in the invisible moments. Every time you keep going when your mind screams to stop, you sharpen your spirit. You carve out resilience. You become dangerous, not to others, but to your own weakness. The inner warrior knows that pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Every hardship, every disappointment, every failure, it's training. Life is shaping you into someone capable of carrying the weight of your destiny. And here's the truth. Most people never meet that version of themselves. They quit before the transformation begins. They stop digging just before they strike the fire within, but not you. You're here to face the pain, to listen to it, to use it. Because the warrior within you doesn't need comfort. He needs a challenge. And when you stop fearing the fight and start embracing it, you become unstoppable. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. Discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't go viral. It doesn't scream for attention. It's quiet, repetitive, boring. And yet, it's the foundation of everything great. Discipline is the bridge between potential and reality. It's the invisible line separating those who dream from those who do. Everyone says they want change, but few are willing to do the same thing. Day after day, long after the motivation fades. That's what discipline is. Doing what must be done even when you feel nothing. Even when the results are invisible. Even when the only applause is silence. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks you, did you show up? It doesn't care about moods or excuses, only consistency. And here's the truth no one wants to hear. You don't need more inspiration. You don't need another plan. You don't need to feel ready. You need to do it and again until it becomes who you are. Discipline is a language only a few understand. It's not built in comfort. It's built in early mornings, late nights, and lonely hours when no one is watching. It's built in the repetition that others call obsession, but you call evolution, because discipline is freedom in disguise. It's not about control, it's about liberation. It frees you from weakness, from chaos, from the noise of the world. The disciplined don't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They build momentum where others hesitate. And slowly their consistency becomes unstoppable. Remember this. Discipline is the proof. It's the evidence that you are no longer ruled by emotions, excuses, or fear. It's the quiet voice that says, I'm still here. I didn't quit. There comes a moment in every journey when the noise fades. The support stops. The messages slow down. The applause disappears. And you're left alone with the echo of your own thoughts. That silence is where most people give up. Because silence exposes everything. Your doubts, your fears, your insecurities. Without distractions, you hear the truth you've been running from. You start questioning yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Does this even matter? Why do I feel so alone? But that silence, it isn't punishment. It's invitation. An invitation to meet the real you, the one beyond the noise. The world goes quiet so you can hear your inner voice. It's not the voice of motivation, it's the voice of truth. It says, keep going. You're not lost. You're being refined. Growth doesn't announce itself. It happens quietly in the stillness where no one sees you working, healing, or rebuilding. But one day you'll look back and realize the silence was sacred. It wasn't emptiness, it was transformation. Because when the world goes silent, your spirit finally starts to speak. The goal isn't to feel strong. The goal is to become so stable that nothing can shake you. Not rejection, not failure, not loss, not even your own doubt. Because strength isn't about never breaking. It's about learning how to bend without falling apart. It's about being hit again and again and still standing, still breathing, still moving forward. When you've faced the silence, when you've carried the weight, when you've kept showing up while no one was watching, you become something different. You stop reacting. You stop chasing. You stop needing constant reassurance that you're on the right path. You move with purpose, not panic. With clarity, not noise. Unshakable doesn't mean emotionless. It means grounded. It means knowing that storms will come and still trusting your own roots. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. The world tests you to see if you're real. And every challenge you survive becomes another layer of armor, not the kind that hardens your heart, but the kind that strengthens your soul. You reach a point where peace no longer depends on circumstances, where confidence no longer needs validation, where your inner voice becomes louder than the chaos around you. That's when you've become unshakable. And once you do, life stops controlling you. You start controlling life. Your mind is your greatest weapon and your greatest enemy. It can build empires or destroy them. It can lift you from darkness or trap you in it. The difference lies in who's in control. Most people live as prisoners inside their own head. They wake up to thoughts that attack them before the day even begins. I'm tired. I'm not enough. I'll never make it. And they believe those thoughts, without ever realizing they can be challenged, rewritten, and replaced. The mind is not truth. It's a mirror reflecting what you feed it. Feed it fear, it multiplies chaos. Feed it discipline, it builds peace. Feed it purpose, and it becomes unstoppable. Mastering the mind is not about silencing it. It's about directing it. It's about learning to see the thoughts that weaken you and replacing them with those that strengthen you. It's a lifelong practice, a mental gym where you train every day, rep after rep, until focus becomes your default state. You have to catch yourself when your mind tries to drag you backward, when it whispers, you can rest when you haven't earned it. When it says you'll never change when you already are, that voice will never go away. But you can learn to speak louder. The mind is the battlefield of greatness, not the world, not other people. Here, inside. If you lose that battle, nothing external can save you. But if you win it, nothing external can destroy you. This is where true freedom begins. When you realize you don't have to believe every thought you think, you can observe it, redirect it, master it, and once you do, life becomes simpler, not easier, simpler. You stop fighting yourself. You stop living in reaction to fear, to failure, to the past. You start moving from intention, from clarity, from truth. When you master your mind, you master time. You stop wasting energy on what doesn't matter. You stop giving power to what doesn't deserve it. And for the first time, you experience peace. Not because life got quiet, but because you did. There comes a moment, after the storms, after the silence, after the endless fight, when you no longer recognize the person you once were. The old version of you, the one who doubted, complained, hesitated, begins to fade. Not because life got easier, but because you finally stopped living as your wounds. You stopped carrying your past like a name tag. You stopped defining yourself by your failures, your fears, your pain. You stopped chasing who you were and started becoming who you were meant to be. That's rebirth. It's not loud. It doesn't happen in one moment of glory. It happens quietly, in the choices you make when no one sees, in the way you respond to what once broke you, in the peace you find where you once felt chaos. You start realizing you were never broken. You were just buried. Buried under doubt, under guilt, under the expectations of others. And as you shed those layers, you don't become someone new. You return to who you've always been beneath it all. Rebirth isn't about changing your identity. It's about reclaiming it. It's about remembering that your strength was never lost, only forgotten. You begin to walk differently. You speak with more truth. You stop seeking approval because now you understand. You were never meant to be understood by everyone. This new version of you doesn't chase peace. It is peace. It doesn't chase purpose. It lives with purpose, and that's when you know you didn't just survive the fire. You became it. No one is coming. That was the truth from the very beginning. And now, It's no longer something to fear. It's something to embrace, because it means your life is in your hands, fully, completely, undeniably. Your peace, your healing, your success, your destiny. No one is coming to do it for you. And that's not a tragedy, and that's freedom. You've walked through darkness that would have broken others. You've rebuilt yourself from silence. You've carried weight that no one else even saw, and you're still here, standing stronger, wiser, and more alive than ever. This is the truth. The moment you stop waiting for someone to save you, you become the one who saves yourself. The moment you stop chasing the light, you realize you were the fire all along. So stop waiting for the right time, and it doesn't exist. Stop hoping someone will understand, they won't. Stop searching for permission, you don't need it. No one is coming, because you are already here. And now it's time to rise, fully awake, fully responsible, fully alive. Because the world doesn't change when you wish for it to. It changes when you do. If this message speaks to you, subscribe to The Shifted Self, where we don't chase motivation. We awaken transformation, and remember this truth. The universe doesn't hand out miracles to the ones who wait. It reveals them to the ones who act, to the ones who keep walking even when no one believes, to the ones who choose to rise again and again, no matter what. So from this day forward, carry the weight. Own the struggle. Lead yourself, because greatness isn't given, it's built. And the one who builds it is you. Don't seek motivation. Become the fire.